Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now. I'm back. Rodrance for the Black and White Network. Well, interesting turn of events in New York yesterday as Lee Zeldin, who is running for governor up there as a Republican, I know, the shock, is running for Republican governor in New York, of all places. Boy, they could use some strong conservative Republican leadership if he's a real Republican. We think he is, but you never know. Anyway, we don't know who to trust these days, it seems. I mean, we really don't. So what happened was he was having a campaign rally, and he got attacked by a veteran. This is crazy. But as you can figure, the radical DA up there in New York released him immediately. He released the attacker immediately, and Lee Zeldin predicted as such. And the guy was charged with a felony, and he got out immediately. This is crazy. Fox News, and let's see if we can play this. There he is. Takedown. Yeah, bleep. Wow. Pretty wild. Let's look at it one more time. There's Zeldin right there. I'll turn this down a bit so I don't get a copyright. There he is. There he is. He walks up. Now, this guy was carrying an implement in his hand, a metal steel implement. It looked like a cat ears, but you put your fingers in it, and it's not brass knuckles, but it's got a pointy tip on it, and it was like a weapon. My wife has got one of these, only it's bigger, and she carries it. It's on her keychain, and she carries it for protection. Well, this guy had one of those things on him when he led this attack, so this could have went a lot worse than it actually went. But let's go over the specifics. A man who allegedly attacked Representative Lee Zeldin, Republican New York, with a sharp object at a campaign stop in Puritan, New York, Thursday evening, was charged with a felony and released from custody within hours of his arrest, the Monroe County Sheriff's Department said. The suspect, identified as David G. Jacobonis, 43, of Fairport, New York, was charged with attempted assault in the second degree. He was arraigned in Puritan Town Court and was released on his own recognizance, the Sheriff's Department said. Zeldin, who is a Republican candidate for governor in New York, predicted the alleged attacker would be released almost immediately. There he is. There's all the people trying to pull this guy off. Quote, his words as he tried to stab me a few hours ago were, quote, you're done. But several attendees, including at Esposito for New York, quickly jumped into action and tackled the guy. He tweeted early Friday, law enforcement was on the scene within minutes. The attacker will be instantly released under New York's radical progressive laws. I added that part, by the way. Zeldin was giving a speech about bail reform at a Veterans of Foreign Wars post when the alleged assault happened. Jacobonis was tackled by AMVET's National Director Joe Chinley, according to the witnesses. I saw that guy this morning on Fox News, actually. They had him on there. Quote, his right hand came up, I assume, out of his pocket, and he had a blade on his hand. His fingers were like two finger holes in the blade, and he lunged at the congressman. And the congressman, Zeldin, blocked the first lunge, and then he tried to lunge again. I grabbed him from behind and tackled him to the ground and held him on the ground. Zeldin released a statement after the attack. Thank you to everyone that reached out following the attack at Fairport. Someone tried to grab me on stage during this evening's rally, but fortunately I was able to grab his wrist and stop him for a few moments until others tackled him. I'm okay. At Esposito for New York, and all other attendees are safe. The attacker is in custody. Grateful for the attendees who stepped up quickly to assist law enforcement officers who responded quickly. I'm resolute as ever to do my part to make New York safe again. Okay, let's take a look at another shot of this. This is a slightly different angle, and I'll blow it up. There he is right there on stage. Gee, he looks like he tried to stick something in his face immediately, and then bam, he was tackled right there. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I didn't want it stopped. There we go. All right, so there he was tackled to the ground. There he is, Lee Zeldin right there. One more. There he goes down. Wow. Okay, so I know it's part of New York. I almost said Russian. New York laws up there that these kind of things be automatically just churned out and back on the street. I mean, felony, he's out that quick within hours. No bail, by the way. Just out, okay? That doesn't happen in Texas. I'm just letting you know. I mean, you might get out if you've got a bail set, if you've seen a judge that quick, and then somebody bails you out, but just release, no bail, like, fuck it, criminals everywhere running amok. Man, this is your New York Democratic leadership at work right here. I mean, how fast this whole thing churned out. And he's back on the street, just like the small, they called it a bodega deli guy that defended himself, and of course that became a big mess where he killed a guy, but he killed a guy in self-defense, and we found out the guy was a career criminal and hadn't been out that long, and all this sort of chaos that goes on up in New York. I mean, it's crazy. Look, New York greatly needs some Republican leadership. But who knows if these people, and I'm putting it on the people up there, if you're in New York, quit voting for Democrats. It's not hard, okay? I mean, you voted in Eric Adams, and this ex-cop hasn't been anything but tough on crime. I mean, New York City is a hellhole again after Rudy Giuliani went to so much trouble to clean up New York and the mob and all of that. It's turned into a nightmare up there again. Quit voting Democrat, for Christ's sakes. It's unbelievable. I don't understand continually voting this in the office. I have seen some polls lately. I know there was a very close, I can't remember if it was for senator or if it was for congressman in New Jersey, where a Republican almost actually won the seat there. Here in Texas, we had a southern Texas county, a district that actually flipped after being 150 years Democrat. It flipped to Republican, and she's really conservative. That's the kind of thing that needs to happen in New York. I mean, this is crazy. You know, you've had somebody outside of Kavanaugh, the Supreme Court justice, outside of his house, ready to cause violence against him. You got a guy here in Lee Zeldin who's running for governor that gets attacked on stage. It's only a matter of time before this goes bad. Really bad. Okay? And I'm talking somebody actually is able to follow through with the extreme amount of harm that they're trying to put on these people. You got to vote these people out. You got to vote the Democrats out. I mean, why are you voting Democrat if you were in these states? That's what confuses me so much about Oregon, about Washington, about New York, and about California. Why do you people keep voting for this? What about that radical, progressive, pro-crime situation do you find okay? You wanna allow criminals to run amok? Really? I mean, you're literally walking in a voting booth and, you know, you're sitting there looking down like, you know, I want to be unsafe today. I want to be walking to the store and have the potential to get knocked in the head with a beer bottle. You know what? My daughter's got to go out later. She's got to walk down 2 blocks down to the bus stop. You know, I mean, you want to worry about something bad happening to your daughters, your mothers? I do not understand the kind of voters that these certain states have. It's the one thing that's puzzling. I saw a video yesterday from Minneapolis in the whole defund the police thing, which, by the way, crime is up like 30% there. And I'm thinking, you had all these people at this rally voting, defund the police. Say it out loud. Sometimes you just need to say things out loud for you to know whether something makes sense or not. Defunding the police, giving the police less resources and help to get crime off the street. That sounds like a great idea. Let's do that. I mean, here's your effing sign. I mean, I just don't understand when people go to a voting booth, what is churning through your head at that point? I know this is sort of a rant, but you get my point, folks. It's crazy as hell. I mean, wake the hell up in some of these liberal, progressive hellholes. I mean, somebody was literally running for mayor in like Oregon or Washington a while back, and the woman that was running for one of these positions, I think it was mayor, had on a shirt, a skirt with a bunch of communist leaders that were drawn all over it, like illustrations of Castro. And you want to vote these people in? I wouldn't want these motherfuckers anywhere close to any kind of leadership position in a million years. And a lot of it, like I've said before, that's liberal universities. People churning through liberal universities, coming in normal, coming out the other side of fucking radical. I'm just saying, some of these public and liberal universities, they need a douche badly of their radical professors and shit right out. You know what sounds great? Socialism and communism. Now say that shit out loud. It doesn't sound great at all. No, it doesn't. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. I know I just went on a rant, but you get the point. Shit. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.